Welcome, here we are for this final flip preaching video in this series, Amazing Grace, Living the Way of Jesus, as we come to look at the final two Beatitudes. There is, blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And blessed are those who are insulted, those who are falsely accused, and who have all kinds of evil said against them because of me. Now, normally with flip preaching, we would look at these verses on Sunday morning, but as it's Holy Week and everything's a bit upside down, and we have a lot more to get across as we move from Palm Sunday through Maundy Thursday, Good Friday, Easter Saturday, and then into Sunday, we're going to look at these verses not for the Sunday, but for the Friday. Blessed are those who are persecuted. Blessed are you when you are insulted or falsely accused because of Jesus. These verses move on from the ones we've had on Palm Sunday. Blessed are the peacemakers. And we said that it is often when we put ourselves in the way of peace, when we seek to make and reconcile and redeem that which is wrong in the world, that actually we find persecution follows. You can look at some of those people throughout history who have stood up against injustice and the effect that that has had. You know, Martin Luther King, civil rights movement, stood up against the injustice of that and was assassinated. There's others as well who find themselves having stood up against some kind of injustice who have then suffered for that action. And here we have the greatest example, Jesus, who comes to redeem the world, who comes to give his life so that we can know freedom. He comes and he is faced with persecution. And this isn't the only moment. There's bits throughout the Gospels that we see that Jesus is not liked, that people try to stone him at different times, that actually there is persecution throughout his ministry, that the Pharisees, the Sadducees and others are always looking at ways that they can try and catch him out or find ways of getting rid of him. And this is a theme because throughout Scripture, those people that have stood up for God find themselves in those positions, whether it be prophets or kings that walk closely with God, whether it was Jesus himself and even the apostles that come after. They faced persecution because as they sought to live out this good news in the world, people don't like it. There are going to be those people and those powers who want to try and resist the message that is brought in Jesus' name. So this week, as you travel through Holy Week, I pray that you would just allow these verses just to speak to you. What does it look like for us to be persecuted? What does it feel like for us to be persecuted? Have we felt real persecution? You know, not just that they won't show something on the telly at the right time, but actual, when you've put yourself in a place where you've tried to live out the Jesus life in your workplace or in your family life or wherever it might be, that you've suffered some kind of comeback. Now that might not be the extremes that we see in some countries like imprisonment or death, but actually may have still caused you injury in some way, maybe emotionally or physically, spiritually, because you sought to live out Jesus in that place and it has caused you to be insulted or falsely accused because of Jesus. And I want you to maybe just be honest about those things. You know, maybe this is a week where we allow God to heal us of them. We allow God to speak to us in those situations, that we see that we've put ourselves in a place in order that God may use us. And as hard as that may have been, that actually God is still there with us and he is still seeking to restore and heal us. Now, as we move through Holy Week, there'll be other videos coming out, not flip preaching videos, but videos that explore Holy Week, because none of us can gather together at any of these points on Thursday or Friday or Sunday as we do. We're looking at other ways in which we can share Holy Week together, where we can be together even though we are separate and different places. So please look out for them. They'll get sent through the flip preaching email. They'll get sent onto Facebook and other emails so that people can partake in them. And we'll try and find ways in which you can interact even though we're not together. So please, the first one will be out on Monday alongside this flip preaching video, so the same day. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, nothing on Saturday. And then obviously we'll be joining together 10:30 to celebrate Easter Sunday together. So look out for that one. As we continue to move through this situation, as we continue to be socially distanced, although that's probably not a great word, maybe we should just say actually we're physically distanced from each other. But actually, socially, we are just as much together. It's different, but we can still talk and see each other. And if you would like, we're having another Zoom group on Tuesday night, 7:30. If you've got a computer, a laptop, a smartphone, it has a camera or a microphone, then it would be great for you to come and join us if you can. If none of those things are your kind of things, we have other ways in which we can get services to you or to other people that you might know. So please be in touch with Julie in the office or John Morley, and they will tell you of ways in which we can get materials into your hands through the post or maybe even a hand delivery if we have to, so that you can share in Holy Week and beyond, that you can continue to share and build your faith even though we are not together. I hope you're all well. Please take care of yourselves. And again, if you need anything, you know where to come. May God be with you this week and always. Amen.